These are the second notes for this unit. So once you get the notes, put a number 2 in the right-hand corner. That'll help you keep track of them. If you were not here, we took notes Wednesday. Yesterday was an Alex work day. So if you weren't here yesterday, you need to get Alex done sometime. If you weren't here Wednesday, guys, listen up. If you weren't here yesterday or Wednesday, we took notes on the first section of the unit. These are section 2. So put a 2 in the right-hand corner so that way when I go back to check them before the test, which is another easy points, you guys can all pass. Even if you failed the test, you guys can pass this class by doing this stuff that gets you easy points. Keeping up with the notes, turning in the warm-ups, turning in the homework, since I don't really make you take it home because it's due at the end of the block. So you guys can easily pass this class if you put forth the effort. And even if you don't do well on tests, you can still pass the class. That's kind of the way I make it. So what we're going to look at today, we are still going to look at equations, but we are going to look at equations with variables on both sides.
So this is homework number 2?
No, it's number 2, yeah. So we're dealing with equations with variables on both sides. So like I said during the warm-ups, this should be stuff that kind of looks familiar. I'd much rather you guys be like, oh, this stuff is easy, as opposed to, oh my gosh, this is going way too fast and I don't understand it. Okay, so that is my goal. The first one is kind of my goal. So equations with variables on both sides is what we're dealing with. It's the same basic idea. It's just going to kind of add one more thing to it. So step 1, like we talked about on Wednesday, we need to distribute and simplify. This is what we talked about on Wednesday. So you need to distribute and simplify before we start moving things over to each side. So before you start dealing with the inverses and moving things over to the other side, the equal sign and all that stuff, you need to distribute and then simplify, put things together, combine like terms. How do I know if I need to distribute? Something times the parentheses, something in front of, right in front of parentheses, okay? Yes, usually for us it will be a number, okay? Step 2, this is where it's going to be a little different. Step 2, yes?
Are you able to distribute letters or variables?
Yes, you are. We'll get to that. Maybe not this semester, but second semester algebra 1 you will. But look at number 2. We are then going to move the variable to one side. And remember, the variable is the letter. So once you distribute and simplify, you're going to move the variable to one side. It doesn't matter what side you choose. With these, there's a few options. You will end up with the same answer, but it doesn't matter which side you choose. So move the variable to one side. And then step 3 is to solve like normal. So same basic idea. We're still doing the same thing we kind of did Wednesday, except we're adding the extra step of having to combine the variables, but it's done the same way. So like I said, I'm hoping you guys will do well with this stuff.
Is there a specific side we have to move variables?
No, I do not care. It's up to you. Either side will get you the right answer. Okay, let's look at 2. Let's look at number 2. As I look at number 2, first step, do I have to distribute? No, there's no parentheses. There's nothing being multiplied by parentheses. Is there anything to simplify? Look at your left and right side. Is there anything to combine on the left side? No, it's just negative 6x plus 14. On the right side, can I combine anything on the right side? No, so it's already distributed and simplified. So then I move on to step 2. Move the variable to one side. It doesn't matter what side you pick. So what would be my 2 options to get the variable together?
8x minus 6x.
Either do what?
8x minus 6x.
No. You could either add 6x to both sides, or you could add 8x. It doesn't matter. We'll just add 6x to both sides. It doesn't matter what you choose. You're either going to move the negative 6x over to the right side, or the negative 8x over to the left side. And this, I'm going to let that up to you. There's no reason why I have to say variable has to be on the left. You just decide. Okay, Always start from the left. This is what I've been telling you since we started equations. Start from the left, write down what you have, and then kind of reevaluate it. 6x might, yeah.
Did we control the 8 and the negative 8?
Do it? Yeah, it's a negative 8x.
So that'd be 30 minus 2.
Yeah. Yeah, so, but always start with the left because it will help you keep track of things. So, negative 6x plus 6x is gone. I have a 14. I have an equal sign. I'm literally just bringing it straight down. I have the 12. And then what is negative 8x plus 6x? Sheldon, please. Negative 2x. Okay? Start from the left. With these, it is important. Start from the left, bring down what you have, and then on the negative 8x plus 6x, that becomes a negative 2x. Now I have a two-step equation that we know how to do. How do I get x by itself? Subtract 12. So subtract, I wrote the wrong thing. Minus 12, minus 12. We are moving it to the other side of the equal sign, so you do the opposite. Start from the left. 14 minus 12. 2 equals, 12's cancel, negative 2x. Preston, divide by negative 2. No, you're fine. 2 divided by negative 2, negative 1 is equal to x. It doesn't matter if you put the x's on the left or the right, you would get the same answer. Okay, any questions on that? Okay, do what?
Never mind, I'm just being smart.
Right. You're always smart. Okay.
Smart Alex.
You know, you're also smart as well. Okay, let's go ahead and look at 3. As I look at 3, check to see if both sides are simplified. So as I look at the left, it's just 7k. That's simplified. As I look at the right, 3k minus 36. I can't combine those. So it's already distributed, already simplified. So now I need to decide how to get my variables together. So what would I do to get my k's together? Subtract 3k. Now, why would subtracting 7k not really help me?
Because
it's just moving it over.
It's just moving it over. I'm trying to get k alone. So moving the 7k over is still going to put the k with the 36. So if I subtract 3k, start from the left. 7k minus 3k, 4k. Bring down your equal sign. 3k's cancel, equals negative 36. I know for some of you, going from left to right is hard, but it will help you keep track of stuff. Okay, just like you read left to right. 4k equals negative 36. Easy equation. Divide by 4. K equals negative 9. Good. So once you kind of move things around, then you kind of have a simple equation we know how to do. Okay, let's look at a couple more. Let's look at 4. If I look at 4, first thing I would do is what? Add the m. Okay. What would be another option? Besides adding m, I could also add 8m. A couple options. Okay. Somehow get the variables together. Start from the left. Bring down the 15. What happens to my m's? Cancel. Bring down the equal sign. Bring down the 22. Negative 8m plus m. Negative 8 plus 1.
7.
Negative 7m. Start from the left. Write down what you have. Okay, now it's a two-step equation. What do I do next? Minus 22. Minus 22. Yep. Start from the left. 15 minus 22. Negative 7 equals negative 7m. Don't forget, there's still the negative with the 7m. Use a calculator. If adding and subtracting is hard, I don't care. Use a calculator. You can do it with a calculator. How do I get m by itself? Divide by negative 7. Negative 7 divided by negative 7. 1 equals m. Okay. Any questions on that? Okay. So go ahead and let me pass out the homework. Put this to the side because we're going to look at the next couple in a second. Here it is. Okay. So let's look at the homework, and you are going to do 1 through 8.
Whoa!
Right.
I took it 1 through 11. 12.
Okay, 1 through 8 for now, and then we'll finish the notes and you can do the rest of that.